Hello students, in this video let us study some interesting facts about functions and permutations. See, using the concepts of permutations we can solve few problems related to functions like number of functions, number of injections, number of bisections and even number of surjections. So in that, here is the statement number 1. So just look at the statement everybody. The number of functions that can be defined from a set containing m elements into a set containing n elements is n to the power of m. Isn't it? See, the number of functions can be defined from a set which is containing m elements into another set which is containing n elements is n to the power of m. So this concept we can also explain with the concept of permutations. Let us see the same situation imagine in permutations. So here is the clear explanation about this statement. So coming to proof of this particular one, look at me. Let the first set capital A containing m elements, isn't it? So he already provided now one set containing m elements. Let that one set be a set capital A which is containing m elements. And please treat that these m elements are just like m blank places. M elements are nothing but here now the ways of filling the m blank places. And the second set B containing n elements, isn't it now? One set is containing m elements and the other set is containing n elements. So those two sets here you can treat them as set A and set B. Set A has m elements and set B has n elements. Okay, now the number of functions that can be defined from capital A to capital B is equals to the number of ways of filling m blank places by n dissimilar things. Okay, so the number of functions defined from capital A to capital B is equals to the number of m blank places can be filled with n dissimilar things. And when the repetition of things allowed any number of times. So repetition is also allowed. So according to when the repetition is allowed, then the concept is about type 2. We recently discussed. It is the formula, using the formula n to the power of r. So in the same way now, here I can define that the number of functions from capital A to capital B is n to the power of m. Is n to the power of m. Do you understand? So now let us see one example problem related to this concept, that is number of functions are defined from set capital A into set capital B. So look at this problem. Find the number of functions from a set contains 4 elements into a set containing 4 elements. Into a set which is another set containing 4 elements. Actually in the chapter functions we already learned about the number of functions formula n power b whole to the power of n power a. That is set B, that is the second set containing 4 elements, whereas the set A containing 5 elements. Hence the answer is 4 to the power of 5. This is the formula we learned already in the chapter functions. Now the same concept can also solve using permutations. Now listen, a set A contains m elements and the set B contains n elements. Hence the number of functions. Number of functions are nothing but, what is the formula? N to the power of m. Hence 4 to the power of 5. You know the value of 4 to the power of 5, which is 1024. 1024. So in this way, we can find the number of functions from a set containing m elements, another set containing n elements. Then the number of functions from set A to set B is n to the power of m. From the second one, not from m to the power of n, from n to the power of m. That is what n of b to the power of n of a. Right? So now let us discuss about the number of surjections. Just now we discussed about the number of functions from a to b, which is nothing but n to the power of m or n of b to the power of n of a. So after completing of the number of functions, now let us discuss about the number of surjections. They are nothing but onto functions. Surjections are nothing but onto functions. So let us see the statement. Number of surjections that can be defined from a set capital A which containing n elements to a set capital B containing two elements is. Containing two elements is. What is the formula? Number of surjections. That too, the second set must contain two elements is 2 to the power of n minus 2. If the second set contains 3, hence the formula becomes 3 to the power of n minus 3. Now look at the explanation for this statement. See, set A containing n elements. So let me consider capital A is equals to A1, A2, A3 and so on An, n elements. Whereas set B containing two elements, no? Hence assume that B is equals to only two elements. Say some x comma y. Some x comma y. Now see, total number of functions from capital A to capital B is no doubt 2 to the power of n, according to the concept what we discussed just now. 2 to the power of n, n of b to the power of n of a, that is n to the power of m, finally which is 2 to the power of n. But look at me, in these functions, total functions, see, for a surjection, both elements x comma y of b must be in the range, isn't it? If it is a surjection, the both elements of set B, that is x comma y, must be in the range. Therefore, a function is not a surjection if the range containing only x or only y. Do you understand this point, ma? If the range must be containing only x and only y, hence it is not treated as a surjection, isn't it? So therefore there are two functions. Such a functions are how many? Having range only x or having range only y. There are two functions such type of. So these two are not treated as a surjections. Hence number of surjections from capital A to capital B is, from the entire functions we need to subtract these two also. Hence the number of surjections from a set containing n elements to a set containing two elements is 2 to the power of n minus 2. Just look at the statement, everybody. Also the proof. So earlier we discussed about number of functions from capital A to capital B. That is the formula n to the power of m. That is n of b to the power of n of a. Now here we are discussing about number of surjections. Here set A contains n elements, whereas set B contains two elements. Hence the number of surjections from capital A to capital B is 2 to the power of n minus 2. Look at this question. Find the number of surjections from a set containing 6 elements onto a set B containing 2 elements. set A containing 6 elements, whereas set B is containing 2 elements, then we need to discuss about number of surjections. So how can we write? Therefore, the number of surjections are formula 2 to the power of n minus 2. If set A contains n elements and set B contains 2 elements, hence the formula for number of surjections is 2 to the power of n minus 2. So here can you tell me about what is n? N is nothing but set A contains. How many elements set A contains? 6. Therefore, this we can write it as 2 to the power of 6 minus 2. What is the value of 2 to the power of 6? Is it 64? So 64 minus 2. So 62. Hence, the number of surjections from a set containing 6 elements onto a set which contains 2 elements are 62 surjections. So now is about number of injections. Number of injections, nothing but one function. So let us see the statement. Number of injections that can be defined from a set which is containing m elements into another set containing n elements, provided the condition must be m less than or equals to n, is npm. So the answer for number of injections, one functions, is npm. Its proof is same as the above one what we discussed earlier. I mean, let it be set A which contains m elements and set B which contains n elements. This is same as m blanks can be filled by n dissimilar things. M blanks can be filled by n dissimilar things, and this can be done in npm ways. Only 1 to 1, that means repetition is not allowed. 1 to 1, no repetition is allowed here. Hence it is treated as a type 1 of linear permutations. Right, ma'am? So set A here containing m elements and set A B is containing about n elements, and nothing but they are dissimilar things. And now m blank places can be filled with n dissimilar things. This is nothing but type 1 of linear permutation. So hence this can be done in npm ways, and this is the provided condition that m should be less than or equals to n. R should be just like it is a r. M is nothing but just like r. So r places filled with n dissimilar things, that is npr. That's what here r mentioned as a m. Hence the formula is, instead of npr we can write npm. Okay. So look at this question now. Find the number of injections that set A with 5 elements and into a set B with 7 elements. Set A is containing 5 elements and set B is containing 7 elements. So these are nothing but just you can compare that set A contains m elements and set B contains n elements. That's what 5 blanks can be filled with 7 dissimilar things, and the 2 injections means 1 to 1. So no repetition is allowed. So this can be done in, therefore the number of injections. Injections means 1 functions. Number of 1 functions, which is equals to 7 npm. No, what is the formula is npm. That's what n is here, 7 p5. You know the value of 7p5? 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3. So that is what? 2530 20. Hence, if a set A contains 5 elements and set B contains 7 elements, then the number of injections are 7p5. They are 2520. So, we discussed about first of all number of functions first of all, followed by number of surjections, number of injections. Now, we need to discuss about number of bijections also. Bijections, both 1 and onto. So let us see about the number of bijections. So now is about number of bijections. So look at the statement. The number of bijections, nothing but 2. Bijection means 1 and onto. Both 1 and onto. A function is said to be a bijection if it is 1 and onto. So number of bijections that can be defined from a set which is containing n elements into another set which is containing n elements is n factorial. So what is the formula here for number of bijections is n factorial. That is, both the sets are containing n elements. Set A is containing n elements as well as set B is also containing n elements. Okay, hence the number of bijections, nothing but 1 and onto functions from set A into set B which are containing both n elements can be defined as n factorial. Right? Let us see the detailed explanation for this situation. See, capital A and capital B are the two sets which are containing n elements each. Isn't it? Both are containing same number of elements. Suppose the elements are n elements in each. Now, n of A is equals to n of B. That's what you know, n of A. That is cardinal number of A, which is nothing but number of elements in set A is equals to number of elements in set B. So then what we can say, an injection from capital A into capital B is nothing but a bijection from capital A onto capital B. Isn't it? Since the condition n of A is equals to n of B, this is the important condition. So an injection from capital A into capital B is same as a bijection from capital A onto capital B, as well as vice versa. I mean from A to B bijection, then it is also treated as an injection from A to B. So therefore, number of bijections from capital A onto capital B is equals to the number of injections from capital A onto capital B. So this is nothing but both the sets are containing n elements in each. That's what n blanks can be filled with n dissimilar things. So this can be done in npn ways. That is n factorial ways. Okay, now let us see the example problem. Find the number of bijections from a set containing 7 elements onto itself. See, 7 elements onto itself. Therefore, required number of bijections. Therefore, required number of bijections are nothing but 7 factorial. According to the formula n factorial, here n means 7 elements. Now the way of 7 factorial so 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6 into 7. The meaning of 7 factorial is the product of 1 to 7 numbers. Or you can also go in a reverse order. That is, first you can start with 7 factorial, hence you can start with 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Finally, on multiplication, we get 5040 is the answer. So this is the way we can discuss about number of functions, number of injections, number of surjections and number of bijections with the help of permutations. And there is another interesting concept that is regarding dearrangement. See, till now we discussed about number of ways of arranging, isn't it? Now let us discuss for a change dearrangement. Okay, so let us see the definition of a dearrangement. See, if there are n things in a row, a permutation of these n things such that none of them occupies its original position. See the interesting concept here. None of them occupies its original position. That's why this concept is treated as a derangement, not arrangement, isn't it? They must be not in their original places. So if there are n things in a row and a permutation of these n things such that none of them occupies its original position is called dearrangement of these n things. So the number of dearrangement of n distinct things is, and this is the formula my dear, that is number of dearrangement of n distinct things is n factorial into 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial plus 1 by 4 factorial minus 1 by 5 factorial plus so on plus minus 1 power n into 1 by n factorial. So this is the formula you need to remember to solve the question related to derangement. So here is some interesting question. Look at me. Generally when we want to post some letters, we may write it a correct address on it, isn't it? So we want to send whatever the letters to the corresponding address. Okay, so we use the number of arrangements, that is number of ways of permutations. Now here the situation is different here. See ma, find the number of ways in which 4 letters can be put in a 4 addressed envelopes. Okay, 4 letters can be put into a 4 addressed envelopes so that no letter goes into the envelope meant for it. So see this concept. No letter must be sent to the right address which is mentioned on the envelope. So this is what, not an arrangement, no? This is what it is, dearrangement. So how many ways can we send that an envelope to the wrong address? So 4 letters, now we need to send it to the 4 addressed people but which is not related to them. That's what, no letter goes into the envelope meant for it. So clearly with this concept we must understand that we want to use the concept of dearrangement. So what is the formula for number of dearrangement of n distinct things? That is n factorial into 1 by 2 factorial. If the things are n, then this is the formula, n factorial into 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial plus 1 by 4 factorial minus 1 by 5 factorial. See, alternatively plus minus and so on. If it is n, then last one could be minus 1 to the power of n into 1 by n factorial. Hence now we want the required number of ways, that is no letter goes into the right address which is mentioned on the envelope. So here how many letters? 4. So here n is 4, isn't it ma? Hence the formula is 4 factorial into, isn't it? N factorial is nothing but now becomes 4 factorial into, so this is, I can write it 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial plus 1 by 4 factorial. So the last one should be 1 by n factorial, no? Because of 4, this is 1 by 4 factorial. So we can stop it here. So you know the value of 4 factorial? 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. How much it is? 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So finally which is, if not, do one thing, which is 4 factorial. Let us leave it as it is. Now this is 1 by 2 factorial is 2 minus 3 factorial, 3 into 2 into 1 which is 6, and 1 by, I think this is 24. Right, 4 factorial value is 4 into 3 into 2, 12 into 2, 24. Hence Now this is also 24, no? 24 into the LCM is here about 24. Now 2 in this cancel for 12 times, hence this is 12 minus this is 4 times and plus 1. So 24 gets cancelled. 12 minus 4 plus 1. 13 minus 4, which is equals to 9. Hence the number of ways that we can send these 4 letters to the wrong address, isn't it? No letter is meant for right address. So that is what the number of D arrangements are here, 9. Now you can take in the place of 4 letters 5 letters. Hence the formula can be 5 factorial into 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial plus 1 by 4 factorial minus 1 by 5 factorial. In that way, we can solve the problems related to the D arrangements. Hope you all understood this concept. Thank you.